All right, we back at it. Chuck Dizzle, live and direct, keeping it homegrown, live on Real 92.3, of course, here in Los Angeles, and of course, all across iHeart stations. So whether you're listening there, listening across all these iHeart stations, or subscribe to the Homegrown Podcast, I appreciate you. In the building with me right now, man. He's a homegrown homie. He's a father. He's an activist. He's somebody we used to party with back in the days. He has changed his life over for the better, and he still parties too, man. Yeah. My man, Alrick. Augustine, I don't know you as that. That's so wild. I know Miss Butta, y'all. Man. Butta, man, keep it 100. Yes, how you feeling, bro?
I'm amazing, man. So glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you got your Theo voice on too. Yeah, so you got the radio voice.
I don't know who listening, but hey, man, no. But no, I'm thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here and letting my crew come with me.
Of course, man.
You know, we here about to turn it up.
Yeah, no, I love what you do. I love everything that you stand for. And I kind of want to take it from the beginning because, again, I've known you from days of you throwing house parties and literally on top of the house, yes, you know what I'm saying, turning up. But you're turning up in a different way, man. Sure. So how does Butta go from, that turn up lifestyle to your run club that you celebrate how many years now?
It's 7 years now. It'll be 8 in April.
And you got a half marathon through the Westside with Love. This is third annual. I mean, you're doing amazing things, man. But let's talk about the transition from that lifestyle to this lifestyle. Why you started the run club, and here we are today.
I mean, that previous lifestyle is still, it's still there.
Yeah.
But nah, man, running is something that I fell in love with 7 years ago, and the feeling that I got from that, I just felt like everyone around me, everyone in the world should just experience that same feeling. Running became very therapeutic for me. It became like a safe space for me. It became my coffee in the morning. Wow. It bettered me as just a human being overall. So. Going from the turn up lifestyle, which I still do, to just, trying to knock out 50, 60, 70 miles a week, you know what I'm saying? Is a shift, but it's been a great one. I've been able to, through my run club, been able to impact where I'm from, South Central LA, in ways that, I never imagined, and just been able to impact people where I'm from, and it's been an amazing, it's been a blessing. Yeah, man. And
I've seen you transform lives. I mean, just literally left and right. And it's a testament to some of the folks that's in the building as well, man. But the third annual through the Westside with Love, through your community, talk about this half marathon that you started up, and, you're seeing grow every single year. And it's so funny, even with the run club in itself, I've seen the growth, from, a few runners that you had in the beginning, and where you actually start off at was down the street from our old homegrown studio, right? Thanks. So that location now, and just seeing a lot of people out there running with you, man. But talk about the growth, and you seeing people actually go out there, and the different types of people that are welcome within the club as well.
Well, to answer that, you starting with the half marathon.
Yeah,
it was simply just an idea that I had, man. I was doing races. I've been doing races for a while. Was going across the world to do them, and like they weren't in places that looked like where I grew up. People who looked like myself weren't running them like in large numbers. And for me, instead of complaining about it, I said, let me just make a change or be the change, So I wanted a race. There isn't a race through South Central LA, so I said, let me just create my own. The first 2 years have ran through neighborhoods I grew up in, past my elementary school, my middle school, my high school. I've literally, all the schools I've gone to have been in the same zip code. I'm 90047 till the death. So everything I know is there. Everything I've known growing up has been in that area, and just the people, like you said, that have been a part of what's going on. That's why I brought a couple of them with me. We have Kamari in the building. Kamari ran his first half marathon last year. Kamari's 9 years old.
I was going to say, tell how
Kamari
old
is 9 years old. We got Miss Evette in the building as well. She walks the half marathon. Wow. 13.1 miles. This is her third year doing it as well. She's ran multiple half marathons herself. Probably the healthiest she's been, the most active she's been in her entire life. We're not gonna put her age out there. She's only 24.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? But she out here getting to it.
Yeah.
But no, just being able to just impact people like them, have a strong supportive team around me, just, it's been a great situation.
Now, it's an all positive thing. You're improving people's lives. You know, you're building community. But I'm sure that there's some challenges that you have run into, or you know that you currently are going through. You know, building the company, building the nonprofit, building the organization in itself, and even with the half marathon. Can you kind of speak on those things, like little challenges that maybe you've gone through, overcome, just so people can kind of get in a sense of like, okay, no matter what the situation may be, you're gonna go through some challenges and you can figure out how to overcome them.
There aren't any challenges I could kind of like pinpoint, but in life, in anything, there will be challenges. But I live in a space of controlling what you can control. If something gets in the way, move around it, figure it out. You know what I'm saying, and get it done.
Yeah.
My example is always people tend to like harp on things. If you wake up one morning and you have a flat, you know, it could affect your day. But if you have the means to get it fixed, get it done, keep going, you know. So, you know, I don't really trip on, you know, things that just get in my way. I'm going to just run them over, you know.
No pun intended, right?
Right, exactly. Pun intended for sure.
Right. No, but one thing that because I got a chance to run in the first one.
Hey, guys, Chuck Dizzle is a half marathon, if you guys didn't know. You know, he ran 13.1 miles 2 years ago, so give it up for him.
I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, go you clap. It's fine. Because we're going to get you on camera in a second. But the thing that, for me, I'm going to tell you why this is so special for me, man. When growing up, I had asthma. So it was always a challenge to do sports, always a challenge to run for sure. I just started running, you know, some years back, and, you know, kind of around the same time where you started it. And I'm not going to lie, even when you were talking, hey, yo, come out and do it, I was intimidated. I'm like, yeah, but I might not be able to keep up, or, you know, my asthma might flare back up. All these things popped in my mind, but when I decided to just jump into it, that's literally my first half marathon, my first long distance running experience, and you guys opened your arms, like welcomed me with love, and I felt comfortable actually doing it, man. It's just a testament to the club itself, but the environment that you've created, man. You was running alongside us. Hey, yo, I went to high school over there. I went to junior high over there, y'all. You know what I mean? And
a guided tour.
Yeah, and I felt like, in my mind, I felt like, and maybe some people can kind of resonate with this, but I thought when you ran marathons or half marathons or did any long distance, you had to go at a certain time or speed, and I was, you know, cautious about that. But, you know, doing it in the time that I did, I felt good that I completed it, for one. And it was something that I look back, it was one of those things from my childhood that I was like, oh, that was something that was holding me down for years that I didn't even realize it. And when I completed that, I'm like, dang, it felt so good to actually do it, man. So from me to you, I want to say thank you, because that it was something from my childhood that I realized, like, oh, damn, I got over that. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. And to that point, that's what running does, right? Well, it's a lot of things in life that do like that. But for me, before I ran my first marathon in 2018, and I'm quite sure we all feel the same. Like we would look at running as like, running was a punishment. So like you look at it, especially long distance running, is like, that's hard. I would never, like, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? But to push yourself mentally and physically to points you never thought you'd get to changes your life. You know what I'm saying? Like it changes you in so many just different ways. And, you know, it's like the day I ran my first marathon was the day I fell in love with running, because I never thought I'd do something like that.
So what was it? I mean, did you play sports in high school?
Yeah, I hooped.
You hooped in high school. I'm wondering what was it about running specifically that kind of attracted you to that versus any other sports?
I mean,
anything to kind of like go beyond.
So, you know, in high school and, you know, just growing up, running, like I said, there's a punishment. When you get in trouble, you got to get on the line. So you look at running as a negative. When I was 30, I had my daughter, and I got fat. Picked up dad weight. This is just the true story.
Yeah.
Picked up dad weight, and you know, running. You know, you get it. You're a father. Like, you're not trying to spend any extra money, so I didn't want to get a gym membership.
Facts.
You know, running was something I could go outside and just do. It was free. You know, and like, you know, 1 mile turned to 2. You know, I was doing a couple miles. No, nothing more than like 5 or 6. And then, you know, I was documenting it on Instagram. A friend of mine, shout out to Phil, he told me, you're gonna run the LA Marathon. I told him, like we spoke about earlier, I said, I'd never do nothing like that. That's crazy. And we trained for it, and it honestly changed my life. It helped me keep it 100, and it's been an amazing 7 years.
Talk about the different partnerships that you've been able to get, and throughout the years, even from like Nike. I saw some video of Rock Nation. I mean, you was honored at the Staples Center, crypto. Like, there's a lot of things you running in Paris. Man. I mean, this has taken you a lot of places that you probably. And I'm assuming, I'm not sure if you imagine that your life will take you. You know what I mean?
Never in my life, bro. Like you said, I've been with Nike going on 6 years now. Great relationship with them. I've done stuff with everybody from Def Jam to
I just seen you with the Dodgers the other day.
I did something with the Dodgers the other day. I played in my first celebrity softball game in June.
Hey, don't act like you're not a celebrity. You've been a celebrity. You the mayor, bro. I'm just trying to act like
I'm just a ghetto kid that run a lot.
That's a surprise. You know what I mean?
I'm just a ghetto kid that run a lot. But like you said, so many opportunities have come my way. I got to run the Olympics last year in Paris, which was huge. Got to take my whole family out there with me. Just off of something I just fell in love with. Yeah. So I tell people, your gifts can take you, places you never even expected. So please do not be shy with them. Do not keep them to yourself. People can utilize them, so keeping them to yourself is selfish. So,
that's special to be able to take your family out to Paris, man. As a father, man, how does this kind of hit different, right? Going through these things and these experiences, but having your daughter be able to see, and experience these things with you, man. Just as a father itself, I want you to kind of touch on that because I think it's a completely different experience from your end at this point.
It's honestly the coolest shit ever. Having her be able to see it and witness it, right? Because I always say that a lot of people live in they live off like what I call Al Bundy memories. Mm-hmm. If you watch Married with Children, Al Bundy had that story. I had 3 touchdowns, blah 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 blah, and like that's cool, but like that can't do anything for now. Mm-hmm. So my daughter getting to see it and be a part of it in real time goes so much further than like, hey, look at what daddy used to be able to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She sees and she's impacted like by, everything that's going on now. Like when she goes out, when she's with her mom, people stop her. Like, I know your dad. Like they go to the store and get discounts off stuff because of people knowing like, to rock it with me. So, well, I won't say she loves it. She kind of gets irritated. She's irritated by it a lot of the times. But
what's the irritating factor?
She just, when she goes out with me, she's like, "Dad, you always got to stop and talk to people." And I'll be like,
"I'm the mayor, baby."
Right.
I'm the mayor.
Exactly. But to that, I tell her, it could be in reverse. People could not want to talk to me. People could speak negatively about your father, but you're out here and you're supported by a whole community when you're not with me. So, right.
No, I think that's very important. And I don't think I've ever asked you this, and I do dad advice, man, but just as a father, man, what dad advice could you give to other dads and other fathers out there from your experience as a father?
Parenting is the craziest freestyle you'll ever do in your life, because there's no manual to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But my dad advice is just to be present. Like that goes a long way. Like being able to, set just a solid example for your child or your children, and just be able to see them grow and spend, quality time with them and get to know who they are. And like me and my daughter, we have all type of random talks when she turns a new age every year. We have this conversation like, well, she's 11 now. So I'm like, you're 11. I've never been a parent of an 11-year-old. Like, we don't know what this looks like, but we're going to go through it together, and it's like, having her, understand that, that, it's going to be ups and downs, but we're going to figure it out. And, like we're on the same team. We might bump heads a little bit, but we're going to be all right.
Now and I'm assuming this is on purpose, and this goes back to the turn up lifestyle, but this half marathon that you've put together it also runs through your birthday as well. So it's the celebration of your birthday.
Yes, my birthday.
So you turn
weekend
up in a different way and talk about.
I know we're gonna still turn up that way too. You don't even trip. You know what I'm saying?
That gets my point.
So it's a balance, running and rump shaking.
There we go. Give them the breakdown of what's gonna take place from day 1 to day 3. Throughout the whole weekend.
For sure. Okay, through the Westside with Love weekend, man. 3 days, 5 events. It's kicked off Friday morning. 5 events, bro. It's whooping my feet. Yeah. But 3 days, 5 events. First event Friday morning is kicked off as we always do community service. So this year I created a senior walk to get the elders in the community active and moving. We're gonna meet at the track, do a couple laps with them, interact with them, things like that. So senior walk that morning, the middle 3 events are for runners only because they paid for registration.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I have like a mixer, a bib pickup type situation. Like this year I rented out a pizza spot. We're going to carb load, a bunch of food everywhere. We're going to just have a good time and just, get to just hang with each other before the race. Saturday morning is the actual race. Sunday morning we do a recovery day, which is yoga at Nike's office. Just make sure everybody get their body back together after running all those miles. And then we end it with, like I said, the rump shaking part of
the rump shaking
yeah,
part. Some people might watch it listen like, how can I get invited to that?
Right.
I pay half of the registration? Let me get a third of that or a fifth of that.
Yeah, but no, partying is something that's, I've always done. It's a big part of my lifestyle. It's a big part of who I am. So I try to just get people out to just enjoy themselves, get them away from the running aspect of things, So
what do you think the biggest lesson that you've learned about yourself going through building this community?
Ooh. Oh, man, that's a good question. About myself?
That's what I do, man. I ask questions like this.
Man, that I don't know it all. Yeah. I don't know it all, and like this year has been a big year in just realizing that, being able to lean on others and, ask for help and be, so shout out to my team for stepping up whenever I ask of them, you know?
For sure.
So.
Well, let's get into some of the individuals that you do have in the house because it is a gang experience.
Yeah, the gang is here.
Let's start with Lil Man, man. Bring Lil Man up, and I want to hear his experience.
Come on, Kamari. Come on up here. Come on to the mic. Come on, Kamari.
Come on, man. Make some noise for Kamari, man. Come on, man. All right, Kamari. First of all, tell the people how old you are again.
I'm 9.
You're 9 years old. 9 years old, man. So how's it being a part? Is this your first experience running with Keep It 100?
No.
So you've been running with him for a while. So how was the experience for you?
Fun.
It's fun. You like it? Do you get tired a little bit?
Sometimes.
Is it getting easier and easier to run and kind of get through the experience?
Yeah.
Do you do it with your family as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So who introduced you to actually start participating in this?
My mom.
Your mom. Okay. And you have a good time going out there running with her as well?
Yeah.
Did she run with you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I thought there go Mom. Mom's over there for sure. Moms, come over here, man. Come on. Yeah, get on there. She's trying to get the little. So step up, say your name. Where you from?
Hi, I'm Sunny.
Sunny. And where you from, Sunny?
From LA.
Sunny from LA. Speaking to the mic real quick. I want to make sure that people can hear you and see you. So talk about your introduction to Keep It 100 and how this experience has been going for you.
Oh, that's interesting. I was getting my hair done, and Butta came to the shop. We were just talking and having conversation. And so I'm pretty sure he hears this a million times, like, I'm going to pull up. And I was like, no, I'm coming. Like, I'm a woman of my word. I'm going to come. Mm-hmm. So backstory, some health stuff happened. I had to have an emergency situation. And I hit him, a DM. I was like, I'm coming still, but I just got to wait. And then he was like, take care of yourself. Yeah. When you're done, like, pull up. So I came. It was about 3 years ago now.
Wow.
And I haven't looked back since. When you see me, you see them.
That's amazing. This is the 3 Mile Thursdays, or is it? So so if you guys don't know, he does a 3 Mile Thursday in Inglewood, and this is where people come and get that introduction. And so for you, were you intimidated by all? Had you had experience running prior to this?
No. I hated running actually. I love working out, but like I'm a strength training resistant person, right? So I came, again, backstory because of that. I had to walk. So I went with the walkers. And crazy enough, he was like, I want to run. And I was like, I don't know anybody, right? Yeah. So I kept coming every week. But as I was coming every week, I was creating relationships with people. Kelsey, she kind of took him over. Like, he would go running. Where's Kamari? Oh, he was somebody. Right. Like, literally. Like, Butta would pass me running, and he was like, where Kamari at? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, all right, I'm going to go look for him. And then, like, he'll kind of meet halfway because he slows down and, like, make sure everybody's okay. Yeah. And he was like, oh, I saw Kamari. He good.
Wow. So
I knew I was in a good place, in a safe space at that because my child. Right. But I just let him go. And like I said, I love it. It's been welcoming. The moment you come, like, Miss Evette, like, hey, how are you? Because you know unfamiliar faces. Yeah. So you're like, hey, are you new here? Like, it's your first time, whatever. You can tell, yeah. And Butta's really great about making sure he goes around to everybody. And it's your first time? Oh, nice to meet you. And he, introduces himself. And I really love like the camaraderie and like the community that this space has.
Man, that's amazing. You went from hating running to now enjoying it.
Listen.
Now you got the sweatsuit, you got the jacket on.
I'm going on my 4th half, so
Wow.
this weekend will be my 4th half, and then next year I'm running Lamb. So.
Amazing. So congratulations on that. I'm glad to hear that story, man. Who else we got up in the building? I heard she said Miss Evette.
Come on, Miss Evette.
Come on, Miss Evette.
I know
There it
she wanna
is.
say something.
Yeah.
Come on up here.
Miss Evette.
Come on.
Can I sit on your lap too?
Miss Evette, come on down just a little bit so they can see. There we go. Let her sit down. Miss Evette, man. So the people are talking about you. You know, let people know your role in Keep It 100. You know, and what's been going on with yourself.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Miss Evette. That's what they all call me, which I love. I've been with Keep It since 2021.
Wow.
And my daughter started me off, and she says, "Mom, come on, you can do the 3 miles." And I kept saying, "There's no way I can walk," because I walk. There's no way I can walk 3 miles. Wow. And so I came out. I was a little nervous, and the club is so welcoming. When I came in after the 3 miles, everybody was clapping and cheering. I thought they were clapping and cheering for me. Unbeknownst, we clapped for everybody, but I started crying because it was such a big deal for me. And I have been coming ever since.
Wow.
I don't miss a Tuesday or Thursday. My week is actually scheduled around Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Wow. So it's now you have Tuesdays and Thursday nights, because I just remember the Thursday. So now it's Tuesdays and Thursdays in Inglewood.
No, Tuesdays in Culver City.
Tuesdays in Culver City, Thursdays in Inglewood. And you said that first one was emotional for you because you were able to complete that 3 miles.
Right.
Now prior to that, do you remember how long?
I had never walked. I didn't want to walk. I didn't want to exercise.
Wow.
None of that. But since I've been coming out, I absolutely love it. Again, I'm a walker. This Saturday's Butta's half will be my 3rd half, but with Butta.
Yeah.
But I've walked. I think this is going to be my 8th.
She cheating on you. She said,
Yeah.
I'm go out. I'm gonna go. I gotta get my Keep 100 somewhere else.
No, she know where she at.
Nah.
She be rapping. I be sitting right there waiting for her.
I love it. But
And
no,
then I've done Lamb.
Yeah.
This was my first time doing Lamb. But it's so
people
important.
don't know what Lamb is.
Oh, that's the LA Marathon. I'm
LA,
sorry.
okay,
She
yeah,
walked the
them-
whole thing.
I walked the whole thing, 26.2 miles. But I absolutely love it, and it's for me. Walking is a part of my life now. It's my lifestyle. At 60 years old, it is so important
Come on now.
to keep moving, keep going. I absolutely.
yeah, clock it. That's what they doing. That's what they do the clocking now these days.
I absolutely love it. It's so important to just keep moving,
Yeah.
keep going, especially again at my age. And it doesn't feel like work. It's actually fun. Every Tuesday and Thursday after we've finished our 3 miles, there's always a celebration.
Wow.
We've got music, line dancing, conversation, everything. It's really an amazing club. Butta has put together the most comfortable space for me at my age. And again, there's a few other people in my age group, but everyone, all the young people, so supportive, very encouraging. The men, when the time changes and it gets dark, the men wait for the women.
Wow.
And even some of the ladies who are the seasoned runners, they wait. No one leaves, but it does not shut down until everyone has come in.
Wow.
It's just a really safe space, and it's fun. I have a really good time. They accept me even when I'm unhinged, and they accept me. The respect,
All the time.
the respect, and the encouragement. I absolutely love it. Again, when I go out and I walk, I'm so focused on walking. It's easy for me now.
Yeah,
It's easy.
I love that, man, and I love how now you have a role in it, so everybody knows you as
Absolutely.
Miss Evette, and you know you.
Oh,
you
and
have
I
that
love
welcoming
it.
spirit.
But the first time when I first came out the first time, and Butta, he has all this energy, and I remember seeing him run up Prairie, but he was in the street, and he was just screaming and yelling, and I could hear him saying Miss Evette, and I thought, okay, is something wrong? Like what? Like,
That
what's
boy
going on?
okay?
Yeah, like what's going on with this? But he's like that all the time. He's just high energy, so he brings that energy, and everybody else just kind of flocks around that same energy. I love it.
Yeah, I love how contagious it is, and again,
It
it's just
is.
such a welcoming spirit, man. So I appreciate you coming on as well, man. Who else do we have in the building with us right now that's keeping it 100?
I'm gonna call these 3 people up here together
Okay,
because
let's do it.
they got something special coming up. We got Ebel, my brother Ebel. We got Kelsey, who is Miss Yvette's daughter, and we got Nama. These are some of my seasoned veterans doing their thing. They're actually all about to go run their first world major marathon in Chicago.
Wow.
In 2 weeks, so in less than 2 weeks. So they've been putting in the work for years, man. Ebel showed up many moons ago, and ain't left my side.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
The ladies, man, they be crushing it. They hold it down. They look out for everybody on the route. They pace people and show up. And Nama's the speedster out the group. She, you know what I'm saying, she 6-minute miles out the gate.
See,
but no,
now I'm jealous.
So
Look.
no, these folks have been holding me down. So.
I want to get into you guys' introduction to Butta and what made you guys comfortable enough to say, hey, let's kind of get together and I want to continue to show up and be a part of this thing because I don't know if you had a history with running or kind of talk about that introduction between yourself and Butta.
Okay, so my introduction was September 2018.
Wow.
In Manhattan Beach.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually before official Keep It 100. My niece posted it on Instagram. I was looking for something just to stay active.
Mm-hmm.
And so I surprised her. I showed up. And about 6.5 years later, we're still here. Did my first marathon at 55.
Wow.
So
amazing. Come on, man.
Jumped in, had an opportunity to say, hey, who wants to train? Who wants to do it? I said, let's just try it.
Yeah.
And I'm 59, so 4 marathons later, coming up on number 5. So we're still here plugging at it. My wife is active. She's a walker. So, family's is involved.
Yeah.
At first I thought I was crazy. Thought I had joined a cult.
Right. What is this Keep It Running? Probably you said it was before they even had the name. So they're like,
Before the name,
you just run away. I ain't gonna say. He's out there running with me.
Yeah. So they often say he's crazy. But now
Right.
they're my biggest supporter.
They
And
see
my
it.
dad does this, my dad does that. So, they see what I'm doing. They appreciate it. They've come to every marathon, supporting me. So it's good to see them out there. It's good to get your family involved. And so, they know you're not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. Still call me a little crazy, kind of say. But they're there for me. So I just love being here, love his energy, love just helping out on the route.
Yeah.
Just being there for the people that are there.
How important is it to you as a they always say, black men, we need to be, conscious of our health and really like stand on that, man. So I want you to kind of dig into that as well and why that's important. And any message for the people that, around your age that feel like, oh man, it's over. Man, I can't do that. I'm too up there for that.
Many people say that. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's only can't until you try it. And once you try to say, I did that. And it was the greatest feeling for myself just to get into the training space and say, okay, 4 months later, once we started it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And just encouraging the other brothers that are out there. So if you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you can.
Wow. It's as
So
simple as that.
however you look at it, and it doesn't have to be run a marathon.
Yeah.
Walk around the block.
Something.
Twice around the block. Do a mile, then 2, then 3. And I think with the brothers that we have in our community, we all support one another. No one's like trying to outdo one another. It's like, hey, let me help you get to the next block. And just seeing the camaraderie that's out there is great.
Got you. And I want you to step to the mic as well. Let us know your introduction to Butta, how you got informed about the club. You guys are the vets, so I'm interested to hear.
You sound old.
I said vets. I said vet. That he called y'all seasoned. So the seasoned
Right.
individuals that are a part of Keep It 100. But what was it about you or what about this situation that you say, okay, yeah, I can actually see myself doing that?
Well, it all started with a hoodie.
Plain.
A hoodie. I was on Instagram one day. Well, first of all, I grew up running. I ran track. Shout out to the LA Jets. I ran cross country in high school. I ran track in high school. So I come from a running background. But I remember I'm on Instagram in the middle of the pandemic, like just hit. Yeah. And I saw somebody with a all black Keep It 100 hoodie on. And it was the Juneteenth colors, red, black, and green. I'm like, oh, that's fire. So I click on, you tag people. So I found his page. I was like, oh, he knows my cousin. So I sidestepped my cousin and I DM'd him. And I'm waiting like forever. I'm like, this dude is not going to respond to my DM.
Wow.
So,
Did he leave you on scene though? Did he
I don't
see
even
the
remember.
message?
He probably,
Okay.
who knows?
Okay.
But then I text my cousin. I'm like, hey, this dude. Can you give me a hoodie? Like, I'm so thirsty for this hoodie.
Wow.
And so my cousin said, okay, bet. Got the hoodie, brought it to my house. I said, okay, cool. So then from the hoodie, I found Run Club on Instagram. But I had just shut it down for the pandemic for COVID. I had just had my son 2019. He was about to turn 1. And I remember, I'm like, okay, I haven't run in years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 3 miles every day just to get myself conditioned so that when he does open it back up, I'm ready to go.
Ready, yeah.
So ever since then, he opened it back up. I said, oh, you know my cousin. Oh, who's your cousin? I ain't going to say his name on camera. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. You look like him. I said, okay, for sure. So it's been going on 6 years now. Wow. I've been running with Butta. And I remember my very first long run. It was 8 miles.
Wow.
And he was like, okay, you going to run a marathon. Same thing. What? Like, are you out of your mind?
Talking about,
what
right.
are you saying? And I come from a running background.
Running, but
so,
you've never ran a marathon.
Like, this is ridiculous. No. And I remember I signed up for a LA Marathon. This was the very first LA Marathon that they had after the pandemic. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So I'm training. I hurt myself running the Pasadena half. I hurt my knee. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to keep going. And I remember this dude saying, he kept telling me, as long as it's taped on, you good. And I'm like, okay. Do my first marathon. And I remember I'm coming up, if anyone knows how LA Marathon, the route is, once you get to mile 19, it's kind of like you do an out and back. So you're running out, and then on the other side of the street are people running towards the finish line. So it's like a mind trick almost. He's waiting on the other side, so kind of towards the finish line. I see him. We both start crying. Oh, yeah. And he gave me a hug, and he was telling me, he was like, go get that medal for your son. And I never forgot that. All these years later, I never forgot that. Yeah. And so I finished my very first marathon. It took me 6.5 hours. Ever since then, I've run quite a few half marathons. I brought my mom out. I ran my second marathon last year, just dealing with injuries. And I'm a full-time student. I'm getting my doctorate. So it's just a lot going on. And I went from 6.5 to 4 hours and 57 minutes. And I'm praying and hoping that I PR with Chicago, but it has definitely played like a huge role. I dealt with depression. I had things going on while I was in Run Club, and I would be gone for weeks at a time, and he was always checking on me all the time. So
I think that's very important. Again, you have that sense of community. And again, I think that's the thing that I see from the outside in, and even kind of being on the inside as well, like just kind of knowing what he does. But talk about real quick your experience from going from running and having the experience of running to now being a part of this. How is this experience different from, having that history of being somebody that was more active?
It's actually fun. I mean, and this is no slight to the high school athlete, but if it really felt in high school like a competition. I felt like I was competing with all the other people out there. It didn't feel fun. It felt like punishment. Although I liked to run, I dreaded going to practice. I didn't really have a community out there. So the difference between high school running and running as an adult now is the community. I tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, but cool. But I love the people there. The community that he's created. Like, it's my bro. But all jokes aside, it's because of him. Right. It's because of him why this community is the way that it is. It's because of him why I have friends here who I can call brothers and sisters. It's because of him. I mean, this might seem kind of like silly, but anytime my son had a fundraiser at school, my community showed up. Wow. If my mom is not at Run Club for whatever reason, my community says, hey, where's your mom?
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, I was going through a whole lot of depression. This man, he checked on me, had people checking on me. They're praying for me at Run Club, like really rallying behind me when I'm not there. So it's the community that he has built that makes a huge difference.
I love that. Now, speaking of competition, Speedy Gonzalez, get over here. Speedy, get over here real quick. We were talking about no competition and all. You over here running a mile in six minutes. Your introduction, I'm sure you have history with running, right? Or no?
Despite me being the speedster of the group, I actually have no background in running. Yes.
That is interesting. So where is your introduction to Keep It Run 100 and how it goes from today?
So I actually just started running in the pandemic. Wow. I was one of those 2020 runners. The gyms closed. I had to get off my couch. Exactly. So I went out and I thought, let me run a few miles. Let me run 5-6 miles. Super slow. And I decided to train for my first marathon. It was a stupid idea in hindsight, but trained for that first one by myself. And that was back in 2022. And after my first marathon, I was super discouraged. I actually hated running. I was hurt. It was a really tough training cycle. It was really isolating. And at that time, you know, the world is like just opening back up, and I feel like my world is closing in. And I'm not from here. I'm from the East Coast, so I don't have any family out here.
Where East Coast?
I'm from Jersey.
Jersey, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And so I stopped running after my first marathon, and then I would see Keep It 100 just kind of running around, and I'm like, those people look like they're having a great time. Yeah. And I took about 5-6 months off running, and then I just pulled up one day, and I was so nervous. I didn't know anybody. And I stood in the corner, and I felt super uncomfortable. And of course, Butta came up to me, and he was like, "You're new here." Right. And I just kept coming back. And it was actually Butta's first half that I was still fairly new to the group and kind of getting to know people. And I didn't think I'd be able to even keep up with everybody. So I skipped the half because I was nervous and not confident. And I forced myself, though, to go to the party. And, you know.
I'm going to turn up at least.
Exactly. There's nothing that brings people together like booty shaking. Right. So met a whole bunch of people, and I was so inspired. I said, let me try this again. Let me train again. And let's fast forward. I've shaved almost an hour from my first marathon to my second marathon. I have officially run miles in the 6s, and I am hoping to run Chicago and PR there. And I'll be running 2 world majors. So I'm running Chicago and then New York 3 weeks later.
Yo, I look forward to seeing what the record ends up becoming and just how you kind of take this. But it's so dope to see just the different walks of life within this community and what you've built, bro. And what I want to get into before we close out is some of the best practices. Okay, somebody that's getting introduced to this, right? You know, they might be scared to pull up on Thursdays or Tuesdays, or maybe afraid to DM you for a hoodie and, you know, get your in. But what are some of the best practices somebody as a beginner can do right now, you know, just to stay active?
I mean, just get out there. Like walk a block, run a block, or just walk 15 minutes one way, turn around and walk back. Like just get the body moving, you know. It's extremely important. We're all getting older, you know, we're combating so many just different things. So activity is extremely important. I want to shout out Bliss, by the way, who's to my right, who's out here killing it in the gym. Yeah. All right. Bliss out here doing her stuff, man. I'm so proud of you. But no, like just get out there and do it, man. Sitting around, because people see me every day and they get on my nerves. And they stop me and they say, I got to get with you. And you know, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, I'm the easiest person in LA to find. Everywhere I'm at is posted. So pull up on me. Yeah. Show me better, you can tell me. So, you know, Keep It 100 is there for you. And you don't even have to join me. I just want you to do something just better yourself in some kind of way. Eat healthier, or, you know what I'm saying, like jump rope, skip, moonwalk, whatever. Get the blood going.
Somebody moonwalking at the marathon's going to be crazy.
I mean, it ain't even to a marathon, but I'm saying just do something. You know what I'm saying? Just like, because it's so important. We're losing people every day. Last month, I lost 2 homies at the age of 40 to heart attacks. You know, so we act like we could do this thing again. You only get one life, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? So let's make the most of it. You know what I'm saying? And I always talk about, like, your kids are watching. Yeah. Your kids going to represent and repeat what they see. Yeah. You know, your kids see you being active, they're going to get out there and do the same. But they see you on your ass all day, you know. They're going to for sure. That cycle. For sure.
One thing I like to ask before we close out is the year can't end without Butta. Keep It 100 doing what? What are the things that you're setting up for the next future things?
I got something in the tuck that I'm gonna keep to myself.
Well, can I just ask you, and maybe you can answer or not answer based off of what I'm gonna ask you. Are you gonna ever think about doing a marathon? Is that one of the things you want to keep tucked?
I mean, no. So that's a goal of mine. Okay. Definitely to get my own full marathon. Like this half marathon I have going was to really, like I said, do it for my community. But then, like, I've gotten so many people that look like myself to do their very first half marathon with me, you being one of them. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's something that people are, I could say, afraid of. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying, as the people have spoken, you know what I'm saying, they show you how supportive we are. We will get you through whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, to do this run thing, it's better to do it in a group as opposed to do it by yourself. You know, like, we all need people, we all need community, we all need people to lean on and help us and support us in ways. So, you know what I'm saying, pull up on Keep It 100.
That's one thing that I can't say. When I did the half marathon, running it with people is a different experience than doing it by yourself. And I tend to I like doing things on my own. So I have that experience of running by myself. Nothing had beat that experience of doing it with everybody else. It doesn't feel as daunting. It's like you have people there cheering
it's
you
lit.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
You say it's lit?
It's lit.
It's lit.
My race is lit. You know, twerkers and tequila. You know what I'm saying? All along the route. Come rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Come rock with me.
My man, Butta, keep it 100.
I want to give a huge shout out to my little sister. She's here as well. We didn't get to get her on the mic.
Come on over here, sis. Come on.
But no, she's been down from the beginning. It's my sister. You know what I mean? But like,
real quick, I just want to ask, how proud of him are you? Huh?
She's gonna say something negative.
Please do. We want to hear all the business. But no, how proud of him are you that you've seen this kind of transform and see, he's still gonna be who he is, but what he's been able to build and the people that rally behind him and speak so highly of him.
I'm extremely proud of him. They're like people can't stop talking about this man. And you know how many people come to me like, I know your brother. I'm like, okay, like what young thug said, whoop de doo, like
whoop de doo.
So, but to see his growth with this community of people, it's just been an amazing journey. Because I started off, I don't run. And so I started off.
So you don't keep it 100?
No. I've run my first marathon thanks to him and, and the community. Yeah. But originally when he started out, I think I ran one time and I was out of breath, like within like half a mile. I could not keep up. But, as he started bringing the walking crew out, I started walking with them, and I did my first half, which was the Pasadena half, in 2023. And then it was a drunken night where all of us, we were at a Friendsgiving, and they were like, let's do the marathon. Let's do LA Marathon. And so it's history from there. Yeah. And that was one of the biggest moments for me, running the LA Marathon. That moment right there let me know that there is nothing that I cannot do.
Wow.
Especially going through certain things in your life. There was nothing I couldn't do at that moment.
And you take that with you and, use that as motivation, pin that moment of like, okay, if I can do this, then I can take on any challenges that come through life.
Exactly.
I think that's such an inspiring message, man. Butta, thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. Is there anything else you want to let the people know about Keep It 100
Keep It 100
or through the Westside with love?
Through the Westside with love, Keep It 100. Listen, just come pull up on us, man. We're in Culver City Tuesday night, 7 p.m., Veterans Park. Inglewood, we are at Sip and Sonder Thursday. Pull up. It's a great energy. It's a great time, and you'll definitely come back. You won't want to miss it. I said, like Miss Evette said, we turned up, partying. I got music every week, every time. We double Dutch. We we be going crazy out there.
Keep It 100 playlist. How about that?
I got you.
Yeah,
but no, man. Like my sister said, you can put yourself out there. You can do anything. Yeah. I tell people all the time, don't be a buster. A lot of people tend to make excuses. You know what I'm saying? You know where to find me. Run miles, not your mouth. People, y'all be talking too much. All right. Listen. Man, all these people behind me are like marathoners, and I tell people it's hard for people to do marathons. So I want them to brag on themselves. Let them know I'm better than you. Yeah. These people tend to want to push their negativity onto you, and because they aren't able to do certain things, and be like, no. I tell them all the time, brag about yourself, because you are amazing. You are better than the next. You know what I'm saying? And with me, I'm just I know I'm gonna talk me some shit. Listen. If you don't like it, line it up. All right. Line it up. All right. But I love it, man. I love this. I love them. I love all y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I love what you're doing, man. Just keep it going. I can't wait to see you guys celebrate 10 and 15, 20 years and
keep this thing
continue
going.
to inspire these lives and really help people from the inside and out, man.
For sure.
Through the Westside with love, keep it locked, keepit100.org.
.org, yes. Keepit100.org. You can follow us on Instagram at Keepit100. You can follow me on Instagram, Barack_Obutta. You know what I'm saying? I got all the names. Listen, I'm about to be 42. You can call me Benjamin Butta. My hairline still work.
Hairline still
you feel me? It's cracking out here. You know what I'm saying? Bad Buddy for do the Super Bowl. You call me Bad Butta. It's on. Nah.
My man Butta, Keep It 100. Thank you guys so much for coming on through, man. Chuck Dizzle, Homegrown, live and direct. We'll catch y'all next time.
For sure. Thank you.